School, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the 1990 football season. Every Thursday night on Channel 61, we'll be bringing you a tape of the previous Acton Boxboro football game. And hopefully each week I'll have 3 guests with me for a little bit of a pregame show. This week we have 3 tri-captains, Dan Rinaldi, Joe D'Ambrosio, and Ken Bernier. Before I get to these guys and ask them a couple of questions, our first opponent this week is Franklin. We played them for the first time last year. We had a very good game against them. They have quite a few returning starters, as we do ourselves. So we're going into the game with expectations of a win, naturally, but also we expect a very tough and competitive game. Dan, this is your second year starting on the varsity, and we've had 3 weeks of practice so far. And what do you think about the team going into the Franklin game?
Well, I feel that the team is a real together team. We've been together for a while. We're all good friends. We're enthusiastic towards others, having a lot of fun, and all working hard. We've got a couple people out. You know, Ryan Kane, he's got a hurt knee, and Jason Brady's out with a broken ankle. But we should do pretty well, and I'd say there's pretty much going to be a win Friday night.
Okay, good answer, Dan. Joe, this is your 3rd year with the varsity, a 2-way starter like Dan last year. You played against Franklin last year. What were your expectations last year? A little bit a new opponent. This year, going into the game, you know what they're about a little bit, and you're probably playing against some of the same people.
I expect, hopefully, to do well on defense, hustle hard, make a lot of tackles. On offense, I plan to run hard, block well, and basically just go out there and have a good time.
Okay, that's the main point we like to stress here is we like to have a good time. Ken, I forgot the question I was going to ask you. Ken Bernier, like the other 2 guys, you're back as a 2-way starter for the 2nd year. Going into his senior year at Acton Boxboro, what are your thoughts about this 1990 season?
Well, this senior year is a lot different from junior year because it's going to be our last year. It's going to be more in my memory. So I plan to play harder and have fun.
Okay. Hopefully we'll have a lot of fun Friday night, and we'll see you people after the game.
We are coming to you from high above the gridiron here at Pacini Field on the campus of the Franklin High School in Franklin, Massachusetts, where in just a few minutes, the Colonials of Acton Boxboro will be hosted by the Panthers of Franklin. A beautiful September evening here in southern Norfolk County. The Colonials have made the trip down 495 to meet the Panthers in what will be the inaugural game of the 1990 schoolboy football season. Last year at Colonial Field in Acton, the Colonials frankly thrashed the Panthers by a score of 40-19 behind the heroics of the now departed Brian Bassett, TJ Ethier, and Matt Whitcomb. A new cast of characters appears for the 1990 season. And they are led by tri-captains Joe D'Ambrosio, number 44 at running back, number 71, Ken Bernier, a lineman, and number 30, a running back, Joe D'Ambrosio. 30 is Danny Rinaldi, excuse me. Meeting now in the center of the field. To the left of your screen is Ken Bernier for the Colonials. In the middle of your screen, number 44, Joe D'Ambrosio. And to the right of your screen, Dan Rinaldi. Number 10, Scott Dwyer for Franklin. He's to the right of your screen. Number 22, Ryan Jetty, outstanding running back. Number 53, Dave Pellegri. And number 72, Jason Marguerite. So the coin toss is imminent here at Pacini Field. Refs explaining the situation to both sides. Those of you familiar with MIAA sanctioned high school football notice a change from years gone by. A new rule put into effect this year keeps the balance of the team, save only the captains, from advancing past the hash marks to the center of the field at the coin toss, hoping thereby to keep some order. The Colonials will feature an outstanding running attack with number 20, junior, 6 foot, 200-pound Sean Richmond, number 44, a senior tri-captain Joe D'Ambrosio. He's 5'11", 180 pounds, and junior tri-captain Danny Rinaldi. At center for the Colonials will be number 54, Steve Kabikoff. The linemen will be Paul Trisquetta, Ken Bernier, and Paul Bertrand. At wide receivers will be number 11, Jeff Ballou and Trey Gullidge. The tight end, number 89, Matt Stamsky. And what may be the focus of some attention in this football game this evening, the quarterback, number 15, Kevin Raymond, originally scheduled to be a wide receiver but pressed into duty due to the absence of Ryan Kane. The Colonials have won the toss. They have elected. The Colonials lost the toss. Franklin won. And Franklin has elected to receive the opening kickoff. Franklin wants the ball for the first time in this football game. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. You're watching Acton Boxboro Colonial Football.
And now on behalf of the Acton Boxboro Regional High School football program, the Monday Night Quarterbacks would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and sincerely thank the following local businesses for their generous support. Bowden Brothers Plumbing and Heating Incorporated of Concord, Massachusetts, serving the Acton area. AAA Supermarkets of Acton and Needham, Massachusetts. W.R. Grace and Company, the world's largest battery separator manufacturer. D'Ambrosio Eye Care Associates, with offices in Concord, Leominster, and Maynard, Massachusetts. NEC Technologies Incorporated of Boxboro. And the Sheraton Boxboro Inn and Conference Center in Boxboro.
All right, we're back at Piscini Field, ready for the opening kickoff of the 1990 schoolboy football season, as the Acton Boxboro Colonials will kick to the Franklin Panthers. Deep to receive for Franklin, number 23, Ryan Jett. Number 44, that is Steve Bassignini. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Franklin High School Marching Band and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for our national anthem? It will be played by our Franklin High School band under the direction of Daphne Howard and Eric Rosen.
Franklin High School Marching Band with our national anthem, and we are set to get underway and play some football here at Piscini Field. Jett and Passignini deep to receive, And kicking off for the Colonials, number 10, a 6'2", 165 pounds junior, John Lucas. Lucas with his hand in the air.
Cut. Time out to Franklin.
Refs are
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials are looking for a
there's a delay here in the game.
one of the six on the
Actually, it's not a delay in the game. It's a delay in getting the game started. And apparently they are looking for someone to man the yard markers. And so it occurs that a former Acton head baseball coach steps forward to do the honors. All right, Lucas is ready. His hand is in the air. Jetty and Pasagnini deep to receive. Pasagnini at the top of your screen. Jetty at the bottom. John Lucas waiting for the sign. Ready to get things underway for the 1990 campaign. Here's the whistle. Here's the approach. Here's the kick, and we are underway. And the kick is going to go to Pasagnini. He's got the ball. He's got some blocking, and he gets it up to just over the 30-yard line, where he is brought down by number 22 of the Colonials, and that would be Dale Wengler. So Dale Wengler makes the initial hit for the 1990 edition of the Colonials. All right, 1st and 10 for Franklin. Split wide to the right is Mike Grinnell. Dwyer is the quarterback, and the handoff goes to Ryan Jett and brought down immediately by number 71 of the Colonials, and that is Ken Bernier. So the senior co-captain, Ken Bernier, makes the hit on Jett. Loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15. Just underway here at Piscini Field. This time, La Placa goes splits wide to the left. Dwyer calling signals. Sends Jett in motion. Dwyer's on a keeper. Wants to throw. Got a man over the middle. It is complete and is brought down by number 15, Kevin Raymond, with some help in there from number 44, and that is Joe D'Ambrosio. But it is good enough for a 1st down. So the Franklin Panthers have the first down of this football game. This time, Grinnell comes wide to the right. Dwyer calling signals. The ball spotted just outside the 45-yard line, and the give is to Jett. Jett's going to try the right side. He's got blocking, and he's got a couple men to beat, and he is into Acton Boxboro territory. He is finally brought down by number 66, Paul Triscitta. But not until Jett picks up another 1st down. 25 yards on the carry, and Franklin is on the move. The ball is spotted, the nose of the ball on the Acton Boxboro 40-yard line. Scott Dwyer, the quarterback, calling signals. Franklin thus far moving the ball well. Jett again trying the right side. He's got running room, and he is finally wrestled down by number 9. That would be Trey Gullidge. Jett picks up 10 yards on the carry. He's got the ball at the 21-yard line of the Colonials, the 3rd consecutive 1st down for the Panthers. Reynolds split wide to the left. On a counter, it's number 44. There's a flag down on the play. Tackle made by Joe D'Ambrosio. The ball carrier was Steve Pasagnini, but there is a flag on the play. And the preliminary indication is that it is going to go against Franklin. Illegal procedure. So it's a 5-yard penalty, and it'll bring up a 1st and 15. The ball spotted on the 26-yard line. First down, Franklin from the Acton Boxboro 26. LaPlaca split wide to the right. Dwyer on a counter to Jet. Jet's got plenty of running room. He's going right up the middle, and he is going to go very close to the goal line. He is brought down by number 33. That would be Lance Pitcher and Paul Trisquetta. But the ball is inside the 5-yard line. Mark it at the 2, where Franklin will have it. 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Franklin took the opening kickoff and marched the ball straight down the field. Grinnell split wide to the left. Dwyer calling signals. 1st and goal, Franklin. The give is to number 32. That is Chad Marston on the carry, and Chad Marston punches the ball into the end zone for the Franklin Panthers. And so with 7 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Franklin High School has scored their first touchdown of the 1990 season, the first touchdown of this game. They have drawn first blood, and they lead 6-0. Dale Wengler into the game for the Colonials, replacing number 15, Kevin Raymond. Jet will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Joe Evans. There's the snap, there's the kick. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So we have 7 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play here in Franklin, Massachusetts. And the score, the Franklin Panthers 7, the Acton Boxboro Colonials nothing. You're watching Acton Boxboro Colonial football. All right, back at Pacini Field, where Franklin has taken a relatively quick 7-0 lead over the Colonials. Kicking for Franklin is number 44, Steve Bassignani, and deep to receive for Acton Boxboro. Number 30 in the middle of your screen, Dan Rinaldi. At the bottom of your screen, number 22, Dale Wengler. 42, A.J. Pitterino. Here's the kick, and the kick is going to go to Jeff Ballou, the short man, and Ballou is fighting forward to... Let's see where the ball is spotted. Spotted at about the 35-yard line, just 34-yard line, where Acton Boxboro will take over 1st and 10. So the Colonials will get their hands on the ball for the first time in this football game. They have it 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Steve Kabikoff comes over the ball at center. The quarterback is number 15, Kevin Raymond. He sends Jeff Ballou split wide to the left. Brings Mahaney in motion. Calling signals. Long count, and the give is to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi breaking tackles across the 40-yard line. Brought down by number 81. Mike Spera for Franklin. Up of about 7 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3, Acton Boxboro. This time Raymond spends Ballou again wide to the left, and we've got a flag. And it looks like it is going to be against Acton. Illegal procedure against the Colonials. Will march the ball back 5 yards.
Quarterback for Acton Boxboro is number 15, Kevin Raymond.
So it will bring up a 2nd and 8. Acton Boxboro. Again, Ballou comes wide to the left. Richmond and Rinaldi in the backfield, and Raymond gives it off to Richmond, and Richmond is stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage. The initial hit being made by number 72, Jason Marguerite. And the junior, Sean Richmond, makes nothing on the play. He possibly even lost a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd down. No, they say he did get back to the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd and 8 for Acton Boxboro. This time Raymond has everybody in tight, and again we have a whistle. Again, it looks like a legal procedure against the Colonials, and that's exactly what it is. So it will bring up a 3rd and 13. So the Colonials, as was the case last year, again hurt themselves with penalties. And they're looking at 3rd and 13. 5 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Now the ball is whistled in play. Colonials huddling. Again, Kabakov breaks them out. Single setback. Rinaldi comes in motion. Raymond calling signals. Raymond's going to roll. He wants to throw. He's got a man, and a tremendous defensive effort by number 79. The pass was intended for number 30, Dan Rinaldi, and it was broken up by number 79,
It'll be 4th and 12.
Rich Lyons. So it'll bring up a 4th down situation as Raymond's pass on 4th and 13 intended for Rinaldi is broken up. It brings up a 4th down, and eaten into punt for the Colonials is number 44, Joe D'Ambrosio. So the snap, he gets off an end-over-end punt. It is going to go to number 8, and who's getting to the outside. And he's got good speed and is finally wrestled down and brought down out of bounds on a fine hit by number 44, Joe D'Ambrosio. There is a flag on the play. There's another flag on the play. Flags flying all over the place.
There's a flag down on the field. Believe against Franklin.
Kerrigan was the ball carrier. And Kerrigan got the ball up to about the 45-yard line, but the Colonial 45-yard line. But there's a couple of flags on the play. And the preliminary indication is that the penalty will be against Franklin. So we'll wait and see what the call is, try to sort the situation out.
Doing the punting for Acton is Joe D'Ambrosio.
Joe D'Ambrosio conferring with the officials. He's not doing nearly as much conferring as the officials are with one another. We finally have it sorted out. And it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And we'll wait and see what the indication is. Now, I can't tell. In any event, it is against Franklin. Partially nullifies a fine return. The ball is spotted on the 47-yard line where Franklin has it, 1st and 10. Dwyer calling signals. He's trying to. The referees are in the middle of this one. Now Dwyer sets his team. He's got a man split wide to the left. Sends a man in motion and gives it off to number 44. Number 44 to the outside. Cuts it back inside and has got easily a 1st down. Finally brought down by Jeremy Bragdon. Had some help in there from Slade Bowden. The ball carrier was number 44, Steve Basignani. Pickup of well over 10 yards on the play, and it brings up a 1st and 10. So the 5th 1st down for the Panthers of this football game. This time Jet comes in motion. It goes to Basignani on a counter, and Basignani breaks the tackle. Initially hit by A.J. Pittarino. Gets the ball down to
It'll be 2nd and 3.
gets the ball down to about the 29-yard line, where it'll bring up a 2nd and 3, pick up a 7 yards on the carry. Grinnell split wide to the left. Dwyer calling signals. Bassignani in motion. The give is to number 34. I believe that is Jet. And Jet McLaughlin, rather, the ball carrier, gets the ball inside the 25-yard line. D'Ambrosio in on the tackle for the Colonials. But I believe it is going to be good enough for a first down. And in fact, it is. So the 6th first down of this football game, and the first quarter isn't even over for Franklin. Man split wide to the right. Dwyer calling signals. Franklin leading 7-0. The pitch back goes to Jet, and Jet is going nowhere. Is brought down by number 65, Paul Bertrand, on a nice hit. I do not believe that Jet even got back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he did not.
It'll be 2nd and 12.
In fact, he lost 2 yards on the play, on a fine play by Paul Bertrand. It'll bring up 2nd and 12. Ball on the 27-yard line. Dwyer calling signals. Grinnell split wide to the right. Jet comes in motion. The counter again to number 34. Brought down by Sean Richmond and Danny Rinaldi.
Sean Richmond on the tackle.
Tim McLaughlin was the ball carrier. He picked up about 7 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, Franklin. Very important play, possibly the most important defensive play of the football game thus far. And the give coming around the end and is number 23.
Very close to around the 5.
Brought down by Kevin Raymond and Paul Triscitta. But there's a flag on the play. Brian Jetty on the carry. He got the ball down inside the 10-yard line, looks to about the 6. But the penalty will be against Franklin. So an outstanding effort by Jetty is going to be nullified, and the ball is going to be brought back. Clipping on the play. And it's a 15-yard penalty, and will bring the ball all the way back. All the way back to the 36-yard line, where it'll bring up 3rd down and about 23 yards to go. So 3rd and 23 for the Franklin Panthers. Grinnell split wide, and a reverse is going to go to Bassignani. He breaks 2 tackles and is finally hauled down by number 30, Danny Rinaldi. Bassignani doing a fine job running, broke 2 tackles, but could not get by Rinaldi. And picks up 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Call it 4th and 20. So the Colonials, or rather the Panthers, by virtue of a couple untimely penalties, find themselves in a difficult situation, and they're going to go for it. They're confident that they can run this football against Acton Boxboro. Dwyer wants to pass. He's rolling. He's being chased. He's going to throw, and it is going to be intercepted by number 42. That would be A.J. Petterino. So Petterino comes up with the interception, and the Colonials stop the Panthers and will take the ball over 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. 1st and 10, Acton Boxboro. Raymond sends Gullidge wide to the left. And D'Ambrosio carry goes right up the middle. Picks up a couple yards on the play. Brought down by Tim McLaughlin. D'Ambrosio picked up 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Colonials. 2nd and 7, Acton Boxboro. Steve Kabikoff breaks him out of the huddle, comes over the ball at center. Raymond sends Gullidge this time to the right. Raymond looking over the situation, calling signals, sends Rinaldi in motion this way. And the handoff again to D'Ambrosio, and D'Ambrosio is across the 35-yard line to about the 36. He is brought down by Jason Marguerite. And a pickup of about 3 yards on the carry. It'll bring up a third and 3 for Acton Boxboro. Jeff Ballou reporting back in the game for the Colonials, replacing Gullidge. 3rd and 3, Acton Boxboro. They have yet to convert on a 3rd down opportunity. Double wide receiver left. Raymond looks. Hands off to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi fighting for yardage. It looks like he did not make it. He is brought down by...
It's going to be first down. It'll be 4th and 1.
We can't tell who brought him down. Rinaldi, however, was short of the first down, and the Colonials say they're going to go for it. But they're not going to go for it right now, because that's it. That's the end of the first quarter here at Pacini Field with the score. Franklin 7, Acton Boxboro nothing.
The refreshment stand is run by the Gridiron Club.
All right, time back in here at Pacini Field in Franklin, Massachusetts. The Colonials find themselves ready for the first play of the second quarter. They're down 7-0. They've got a 4th and 1. The ball at the 39-yard line, and they're going to go for it. Kevin Raymond, number 15, the quarterback, calling signals. Long count, trying to draw him offside. He's got some movement. He's doing his best. He finally gives it to D'Ambrosio, and D'Ambrosio's right up the middle and very nearly broke it. He is across the 50 down to the 45-yard line, brought down by number 79, Rich Lyons. But there is a flag on the play, and it is against Acton Boxboro, or the preliminary indication is that it is against Acton Boxboro. That'll nullify an outstanding effort by Joe D'Ambrosio. So D'Ambrosio had the first down, but illegal procedure against the Colonials takes it away, and it'll bring up a 4th and 6. So into punt for Acton Boxboro is number 44, Joe D'Ambrosio. The deep end for the Panthers is number 8. Kerrigan. D'Ambrosio's punt goes to Kerrigan. He fields it, falls down, and then is immediately hammered by a host of Colonial tacklers, led by number 71, 73, Ken Bernier, and number 73, Jeremy Bragdon. Actually, all in on the play was number 63, Bryce Bowden. The lights are causing a bit of a glare here, and old eyes ain't what they used to be. 1st and 10, Franklin. They have frankly dominated this football game thus far. Scott Dwyer sends Grinnell wide to the right. Calling signals. Jetty goes in motion, and the give is to Jetty. Jetty is going to be turned back. Makes a fine effort. He's still going. The Colonials cannot seem to get a handle on him. He is finally brought down by number 71, Ken Bernier, with Slade Bowden, number 77, helping out. So Jetty was pinned in his own backfield, managed to get free, picked up 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5, Panthers. Dwyer calling signals. The give is right up the middle to Jetty. McLaughlin, rather, tripped up by D'Ambrosio.
First down, Franklin.
But not until the Panthers pick themselves up another first down. The ball spotted at the Acton Boxboro 49-yard line. So once again, Franklin find themselves inside Acton territory. This time Grinnell goes wide to the right. Jetty in motion, and the give is to number 34. McLaughlin.
McLaughlin on the carry.
Number 73 of Acton Boxboro, that'd be Jeremy Bragdon, brought him down. Pick up of another 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
4-yard pickup on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Dwyer sends number 42 wide to the right. Call and signals. Brings a man in motion this way, and a misdirection play. It goes to Jetty. Jetty's going to break free. He's got still running. He's got a couple men to beat. Can he beat him? Can he beat him? And he's going to go in. Touchdown for Ryan Jetty. But there's a flag on the play. And I think, well, let's sort it out for you. First of all, Jetty goes in for the touchdown. And with 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The score, the Franklin Panthers 13, the Acton Boxboro Colonials nothing. The penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Colonials. And the penalty will be assessed against Acton Boxboro on the kickoff. So the Franklin Panthers, being something less than gracious hosts to the Colonials thus far this evening, have frankly ambushed Acton Boxboro and are on the top end of a 13-0 score. In to attempt the extra point is number 23, Jetty. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So we have 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first half here at Piscini Field. And the score, the Panthers 14, the Colonials nothing. All right, following Jetty's touchdown and his extra point, it looks to me like the penalty is going to be assessed against Acton Boxboro for the late hit in the end zone. It frankly was an unnecessary hit. Jetty was at least 10 yards into the end zone when the hit was made. So a little bit of over-exuberance is going to cost the Colonials here at a time when they can least afford it. And McLaughlin, or Bazignini rather, will be kicking from the 45-yard line. In the middle of your screen, returning for Acton Boxboro, Dan Rinaldi. To the top of your screen, A.J. Pittarino. And to the bottom of your screen, I believe that is Lance Pitcher. There's the kick, and it is going to go to Pittarino. He's at the 15, falls down, and the ball is going to be spotted at about the 15 or 16-yard line. Pittarino was getting up a nice head of steam, and slipped. As sometimes happens. And so the Colonials will go to work. 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Colonials looking to get something going here. They've got to mount something. Raymond sends Ballou wide to the left. Kabakov over the ball at center. Mahaney comes in motion. The give is to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio gets the ball up close to the 20-yard line, where he is brought down by Dave Pellegrini. Actually, he got the ball to the 21-yard line. Pick up of 5 yards for D'Ambrosio. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for AB. Trey Gullidge into the game now for Acton Boxboro, as the Colonials look at a 2nd and 5. Gullidge split wide to the right. Raymond calling signals. Looking the situation over. Rinaldi goes in motion. The give is to Mahaney, and he is brought down for a loss. Never even got going. Grabbed in the backfield and brought down by Mike O'Malley. So Michael O'Malley with a big play for the Panthers. A loss of 1 or 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, Acton Boxboro. This time Raymond has double wide receiver left, and he wants to pass. He's looking, he throws out here, it is complete to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi is over the 25-yard line to about the 27. And I believe he was brought down by McLaughlin, or pushed out of bounds by McLaughlin. And Kerrigan. And that pass accounts for the first down for the Colonials of the 1990 season and this football game. So Kevin Raymond connects with Danny Rinaldi for a first down, and the Colonials will have the ball 1st and 10. The ball spotted on 32-yard line. This time Raymond sends Gullidge wide to the right. Call and signals. The give is to Rinaldi. Rinaldi's got some room. He's going to break it to the outside. He's still running. He's up to the 40, past the 40-yard line, and up to about the 43. Brought down by Scott Dwyer. But that is the second first down for the Colonials. Both at times Rinaldi doing the honors. So the Colonials have 2 consecutive first downs. And with 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first half, they have the ball 1st and 10 on the 42-yard. The ball is marked at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Acton Boxboro. Raymond has Rinaldi in motion this way. And the Colonials got away with murder there. The pitch is going to come back to Mahaney. Mahaney trying the outside, and he is absolutely nailed in the backfield by Jason Kerrigan. So Mahaney goes nowhere. He possibly got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're going to say he did get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Acton Boxboro. Kabikoff over the ball at center. Raymond has Gullidge split wide to the left, Stamsky in tight on the right. Mahaney comes in motion. Raymond hands it off to Sean Richmond, and Richmond's got the ball up to the 45-yard line.
Sean Richmond on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Jetty brings him down. So Richmond brought the ball up to the 46-yard line, brought down by Jetty. And it'll bring up a 3rd and about 7 yards for the Colonials. This time, Ballou split wide to the left. Mahaney coming in motion. Raymond throws. It is going to be complete to Ballou, and Ballou is up to the 50, across the 50-yard line, inside the 50, down to the 49. And that will be a first down for the Colonials. Brought down by Jason Marguerite. So the Colonials have their 3rd first down of the football game. The ball inside Franklin territory at the 49 by virtue of a Kevin Raymond to Jeff Ballou pass. This time Raymond sends Ballou split wide to the right. Raymond directing traffic a little bit, brings Mahaney in motion. Call and signals. And the give is to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi is hit in the backfield, makes a fine effort to get back to the line of scrimmage and possibly a little more.
Tackle was made by Phil Bazignani.
Bazignani made the final tackle. I'll put the capper on it. So
It'll be 2nd and 10. On the 49.
Rinaldi carried. Bazignani brought him down. Raymond calling signals. Wants to throw. He's got a man out here. It is going to be complete to Stamsky. And Stamsky's down inside the 30-yard line. Brought down by Spera. So another first down for the Colonials. A Kevin Raymond to Matt Stamsky pass. Raymond thus far is 4 for 4 this evening.
Spears on the tackle.
Close enough.
It'll be first down.
1st and 10, Acton Boxboro.
On the 30.
3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. The give is to Mahaney. Mahaney tries the left side of the line. Basically goes nowhere. He didn't basically go nowhere. He just plain went nowhere. Brought down by number 80. Actually 81. That is Mike Spera. No gain on the play. Second down. 10 yards to go for Acton Boxboro from the Franklin 30-yard line. 2 minutes 47 seconds remaining in the first half. Raymond's got Gullidge split wide to the right. Sends Pittarino in motion. The handoff is going to go to Richmond. And Richmond, sorry, it was Rinaldi on the carry. Rinaldi on the carry. He was stopped for no gain, but there is a timeout on the field. Acton Boxboro has called timeout. So with 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first half, we have timeout. And the score, Franklin 14, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, we are back at Piscini Field. 2 minutes 31 seconds remaining in the first half. The Colonials have the ball, 3rd and 11. At about the 30-yard line. The quarterback is number 15, Kevin Raymond. Calling signals. He is a reverse to Rinaldi. Rinaldi around the left side and is going to be forced out of bounds. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 4th and 10 for the Colonials. 2 minutes 24 seconds remaining in the first half. With the ball going out of bounds, the clock has stopped. And now it is started again, or it should be. The scoreboard clock is not official. The official time is kept by the official on the field. And so the Colonials are looking at a 4th and 10. Raymond sends Ballou wide to the right. Now he positions his backs where he wants them and calls timeout. So the Colonials with a little bit of confusion there. And they use a timeout. So we have timeout on the field. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first half. And the score, Franklin 14, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, a critical 4th down coming up for the Colonials. 4th and 10 from the 32-yard line. They've put together a drive starting at their own 16. Brought right downfield. Raymond splits Ballou wide to the right. Rinaldi in motion. Raymond wants to pass. He's going to be rushed, and he is going to be dragged down by number 81. That was Spera. So Spera drags Raymond down. He was in on him immediately. And the Colonial drive is halted at the 35-yard line, and the football will be taken over 1st and 10 by Franklin. So Franklin will have the ball. First down, 10 yards to go on their own 35-yard line with 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first half. And now we have timeout, Franklin. So with the score, Franklin 14, Acton Boxboro nothing. We have timeout here at Piscini Field. All right, we're back at Piscini Field. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Panthers, the owners of a 14-0 lead over the Colonials.
1st and 10, Franklin.
Dwyer calling signals. Sends Jet in motion. He gives it to number 34. That is McLaughlin, I believe. Brought down by D'Ambrosio. Not much of a gain on the play, maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 2nd and, well, pickup of 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8. This time, number 42 goes wide to the right. Dwyer calling signals. Single setback. Jet goes in motion. The give is to Jet. He's around the outside. He's got the corner and more. And he is forced out of bounds by number 20, junior linebacker Sean Richmond. Pickup of About 6 yards on the play, 7 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 1. So an important 3rd down for Franklin. If they can pick this up, they can keep control of the ball, not give it back to Acton Boxboro here in the first half. And as a reverse, and McLaughlin is being forced wide. And now reverses his field, comes to the other side, and is finally dragged down by Chris Mahaney. Steve Bassignani was the ball carrier, and he outran just about every Colonial, outfaked every Colonial, and finally was brought down by number 35, sophomore cornerback Chris Mahaney. And frankly, Mahaney saved a touchdown. And again, it's Jetty trying the right side. He doesn't get much. Brought down by Paul Bertrand. And also helping on the tackle, number 44, Joe D'Ambrosio, coming over from his linebacker spot. Pickup of 2 yards on the play. It'll bring us 2nd and 8, and Franklin calls timeout. So we have timeout here at Piscini Field with 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining in the first half. And the score, Franklin 14, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, time back in here at Piscini Field. We've had a substitution. Bryce Bowden replaces Slade Bowden at the defensive end position. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Like to keep this drive alive. Jetty goes in motion. Dwyer wants to throw. He's got a rush, but now he's got time. He's going to throw long, and it is going to be batted away at the last second by Kevin Raymond. It was intended for number 22, Mike Grinnell, and it was broken up at the 4-yard line by Kevin Raymond. So Dwyer's pass goes incomplete, and it'll bring up a... Wait a minute, there's a flag on the field before we go any further. A lot of penalties in this game thus far. And it is a holding penalty against the Panthers. And it'll be a 10-yard penalty. Ball is moved back to just outside the 50-yard line, where the Panthers are looking at a 2nd and 20. Dwyer's got a man split wide to the right. Man coming in motion. Dwyer's going to roll right. Nice fake. He's going to throw long, and it is going to be overthrown. Intended for number 40. Intended for La Placa. La Placa was covered by number 42, A.J. Pittarino, and also had some help over there from number 15, Kevin Raymond. So it'll bring up a 3rd and, well, roughly 20, actually 18 yards. 3rd down, 18 yards to go. 58 seconds remaining in the first half. And as indicated previously, the Franklin Panthers thus far have done a pretty good job of ambushing the Acton Boxboro Colonials. Dwyer sends Jetty in motion. And Jetty has it. Gonna throw. He throws incomplete. It was intercepted by number 22, and that would be the junior Dale Wengler. Intercepts Jetty's pass. Frankly, I don't know where Jetty was throwing it, but it was a nice completion to Dale Wengler, who made a nice catch, a nice effort by the junior, and the Colonials will have the ball with 49 seconds remaining in the first half. So Dale Wengler gives life to the Colonials here in the first half. And Steve Kalbikoff breaks them out. Raymond's got a double wide receiver left. Raymond wants to throw. He's going to drop straight back and is going to throw over the middle to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio cuts it to the outside and is going to be dragged down on a fine play by number 35, Mpe. Mpe pulling D'Ambrosio down. The play was set up well. D'Ambrosio had a pretty good head of steam on. And Empe, showing great strength, just pulled a very tough running back down by the shirt tails. Pickup is about 7 yards. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Ball spotted on the 33-yard line. 2nd down, Colonials. Raymond has the play from head coach Bill Maver. And Kabakov breaks him out. Ballou is going to go wide to the left. Mahaney in the slot. They're in the eye. Raymond back to pass. He's going to throw. He's got a man over here. It is complete to Ballou. And Ballou is going to get the ball up very close to the 50-yard line, 45-yard line. Brought down by Lyons. Raymond's pass complete to Ballou. It's a first down for the Colonials. Clock stops while they move the chains. The ball spotted on the 44-yard line. This time Ballou comes wide to the right. 26 seconds remaining in the first half. Raymond calling signals, and now we got a flag. And again, it is illegal procedure, and they are pointing to number 54. That would be Steve Kabakov. The 5-yard penalty, which is hardly a major consideration at this stage of the first half. 1st and 15, Acton Boxboro. Raymond's got his play from Bill Maver. Is going to send Ballou wide to the right. This time he's got Rinaldi in the slot, and Rinaldi moves too soon. Raymond scrambling to keep it. He gets the ball back up to the original line of scrimmage, or very close to the original line of scrimmage, where he is brought down by Spera. But a penalty is going to be against Acton Boxboro, illegal motion. Moving towards the line of scrimmage. And so the play will be nullified. And I think that referee's going to go pick up the flag. 5-yard penalty. 1st and 20, Acton Boxboro. 6 seconds remaining in the first half. The ball is marched back to about the 39-yard line. And this should be the final play of the first half, as Raymond's going to go back and is just going to down the ball. And the Colonials are going to let the clock run out. They're going to go into the locker room and get together with their coaches and try to regroup, as frankly, the Franklin High School Panthers have played a fine first half of football, and they are much the better squad here at the halfway point of this opening day game. So that's it. That's the end of the first half of play with the score. The Franklin High School Panthers 14, the Acton Boxboro Colonials nothing. All right, we are back at Piscini Field on the campus of the Franklin High School in Franklin, Massachusetts. Just ready for the start of the second half of this evening's football game between the Franklin High School Panthers and the Acton Boxboro Colonials. The Panthers leading it 14-0 on the strength primarily of 106 first half rushing yards by their fine Franklin running back Ryan Jetty. The Colonials highly touted running game has not gone on track, and in fact, of the 6 first downs for Acton Boxboro, 5 of them have come by way of the pass. So the key, I would suspect, for the second half is for the Colonials to get the running game going. And they will have the first opportunity as they will receive the kickoff for the start of the second half. And we will be ready for that kickoff in just about 1 minute. You're watching Acton Boxboro Colonial football. We're ready for the start now of the second half. Kicking off for Franklin will be Steve Passignani. And deep to receive for the Colonials, At the top of your screen, number 35. That is Chris Mahaney. In the middle of your screen, number 30, junior tri-captain Dan Rinaldi. And to the bottom of your screen, number 42, A.J. Pittarino. So we're set to get underway here in the second half in Franklin, Massachusetts. Bazignani will do the honors. The short men for the Colonials. In the middle of your screen, number 44, Joe D'Ambrosio. To the bottom of your screen, number 11, Jeff Ballou. And to the top of your screen, number 1, Jacob Albert. Bazignani's kick is going to go to Rinaldi. Rinaldi cuts it back to the 30. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. And a strike that he's across the 40, up very close to the 45-yard line, where he is brought down by a host of Franklin tacklers. So an outstanding return by Dan Rinaldi.
First and 10.
And the Colonials will have the ball. First and 10 on the 43-yard line. Just underway here in the second half of play. Kevin Raymond coming into the huddle at quarterback. Steve Kabikoff breaks him out at center and comes over the ball. Raymond splits Ballou wide to the left. And the give is to Mahaney, and Mahaney tries the right side. Gets the ball up across the 45-yard line, up to about the 47-yard line. Pickup of 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Brought down by Tim McLaughlin. Pickup of 4 yards on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, Acton Boxboro, just underway here in the second half.
2nd and 7, the ball is on.
This time, Gullidge comes wide to the left. Mahaney comes in motion. Raymond calling signals. The handoff goes to D'Ambrosio, or excuse me, that was Rinaldi. Rinaldi trying the left side of the line. Got back to the line of scrimmage, picked up maybe a yard, brought down by Ryan Jetty.
Rinaldi on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Pickup of just about a yard on the play. Very close to a yard. Call it 3rd and 5. So Acton Boxboro looking to convert here. They need to start converting on 3rd down. Raymond's got everybody in tight. Calling signals. And on the counter, it is going to go to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi is going to go absolutely nowhere. He is wrapped up in the backfield.
On the carry.
O'Malley making the initial hit. A loss on the play of about 2 yards. And it'll bring up 4th and 7. So Acton Boxboro faced with a 4th and 7. Deep to receive for Franklin is number 23, Ryan Jetty. And it's a fake. And the fake was to go to Richmond. There was a fumble, and it was recovered by Mike O'Malley of the Panthers. So the Panthers find themselves in excellent field position by virtue of O'Malley's fumble recovery. The ball spotted at the Acton Boxboro 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers. Man split wide to the right. Dwyer calling signals. There's Jetty in motion. The give is to Bazignani. Bazignani right up the side. Finally brought down by Sean Richmond. Also covering in on the play was number 15, Kevin Raymond. But Bazignani gets the ball down to about the 36-yard line. Pickup of 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. Dwyer calling signals. Got a man split wide to the right. Number 42. Brings a man in motion again. He gives it to number 34, McLaughlin. And McLaughlin is wrestled down to the ground by number 66, Paul Triscitta. But not until he picks up the 1st down. And the ball is spotted at about the 33-yard line. Another 1st down for the Panthers. So 1st and 10 Franklin on the Acton Boxboro 33-yard line. 7 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 on the 33.
Dwyer looking things over. So we got movement, and the give is to number 34, That'd be McLaughlin. McLaughlin brought down by Paul Bertrand. Paul Bertrand on the tackle. Brought McLaughlin down. Pickup of about 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for Franklin. And the Colonials need to make a stand here. McLaughlin on the carry. And McLaughlin brought down by Richmond and Kevin Raymond. And there is an injury on the field. And it appears to be McLaughlin is injured on the play. Looks like he hurt his wrist. He's up. He's all right. He's coming off the field. An official timeout.
It'll be 3rd and 3 on the 26-yard line.
And the Panthers find themselves faced with a 3rd and 3 from the 27. Dwyer calling signals. Got a full house backfield. He's going to give it to Bassignani. Bassignani trying the left side of the Colonial line. Brought down by Kenny Bernier. Bassignani will be very close to the first down. And we have a timeout, it looks like. Bassignani very close to the first down, so we have an official timeout for the measurement. And we'll give it to you. He's going to be about a yard short, a very long yard. So it'll bring up 4th and a long one for the Panthers. Let's see what they do. They have the ball inside the 25-yard line at the 23. 4th and long. 5 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and they're up 14-0. And as one might suspect, they are going to go for it. Again, a full house backfield. Ryan Jetty in there. And the handoff goes to Jetty, and he's going to have the first down and more. He's going to break free. He's going to go in. Touchdown, Franklin. 6 or 7 Colonials had their arms around him, and Jetty broke the tackles and took it in from the 24-yard line or 26-yard line. And with 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score, Franklin 20, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, in to attempt the extra point for Franklin will be number 23. Ryan Jetty. There's the snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Colonials have dug themselves a big hole, and the Panthers lead 21-0. There's timeout on the field, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, time back in here at Pacini Field, awaiting the kickoff. Following Jetty's score, the Colonials will take Bassignani's kick. Deep to receive for Acton Boxboro at the top of your screen. Number 35, Chris Mahaney. In the middle, number 30, Dan Rinaldi. And at the bottom of your screen, number 42, A.J. Pittarino. Bassignani getting set. His hand is in the air. Here's the approach. Here's the kick, and it is going to go right down the chute to Pittarino. He's got it at the 30, at the 35, at the 40, and at the 35 up to the 40-yard line, very close to the 40, where he is brought down by Hickey. So a nice return by A.J. Pittarino gives the Colonials the ball, 1st and 10, the nose of the ball on the 40-yard line. So the Colonials offense will go to work, and they better get something going soon. Steve Kabakov comes over the ball at center. Jeff Ballou split wide to the right. The quarterback is number 15, Kevin Raymond. Rinaldi comes in motion. Raymond rolls, wants to throw, has got a man, and overthrew him. It was intended for number 30, Dan Rinaldi, covered by number 35, Empe, and number 79, Lyons. So Raymond's pass intended for Rinaldi goes incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The ball on the 40-yard line. This time Raymond sends Gullidge wide to the right. Mahaney in tight on the left. The give is to Richmond, and Richmond takes the ball up very close to the 50-yard line, up to about the 49. Brought down by Lyons and Spera. But not until Sean Richmond picks up 9 yards on the carry. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, Acton Boxboro. It's important they convert it here. Gullidge goes out of the game. It's replaced by Ballou. Ballou split wide to the right. Stamsky in tight on the left. Raymond calling signals. And the give is to Sean Richmond. Richmond appears to have the first down across the 50-yard line. There are flags all over the place.
There are 2 flags down on the play.
Lane making the stop for the Panthers, but let's see what the penalty is. It is offside and face mask. 2 penalties, an offside penalty and a face mask penalty against the Panthers. So the Colonials looking for some miracles here. Have got a minor one, and they'll get 15 yards on the play.
15-yard penalty. It'll bring the ball down.
So the Colonials will be benefited by a 15-yard penalty, and they will have the ball 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line, which I believe is their deepest penetration thus far of this game. Raymond sends Ballou split wide to the left. Raymond hands it off to Rinaldi. Rinaldi trying the right side and is going to be tripped up by number 8. Kerrigan for the Panthers, tripped up Dan Rinaldi. Pickup of about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Ball on the 31-yard line. This time, double wide receiver right, Gullidge and Pittarino. Raymond calling signals. There's a fumble on the snap, and it is going to belong to the Panthers. So a fumble on the snap. Recovered by Franklin. And so the Colonials put an end to that drive for themselves. And Franklin will take it over. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. 3 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. .22 split wide to the right for the Panthers. Dwyer, the quarterback. He hands it off, and it's Jetty. Tripped up by Bernier. And Jetty picks up maybe 2, possibly 3 yards on the play.
Jetty on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bernier had some help in there from Sean Richmond, who put Jetty away. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. This time, number 42. LaPlaca comes wide to the right. O'Dwyer hands it off to Bassignani. Bassignani's got the first down, or very close to the first down. Brought down by Rinaldi. And he had some help in there from number 70. That is Devin Killoy. So a pickup of about 6. And it'll bring up 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 1 for the Panthers. The ball on their own 44-yard line. Dwyer. There's going to be a flag on the play. There was movement in the Franklin line. Ball carrier brought down by Rinaldi, the ball carrier being Ryan Jetty. But the gain will be nullified by virtue of a procedure call, I believe. And that, in fact, is the case. The penalty is against the Panthers. It'll bring the ball back 5 yards, and it'll make it a 3rd and 6 instead of a first down. And Franklin wants timeout. So with 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, we have timeout here at Piscini Field with the score Franklin 21, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, by virtue of the procedure penalty, the Panthers find themselves with a 3rd and 6. Dwyer calling signals. Got a man in motion. Dwyer rolling. Wants to throw, and it is going to be complete to Bassignani. 42 rather. That's McLaughlin. Gullidge in on the coverage. La Placa rather is 42. A pickup of 15 yards on the play. Dwyer to La Placa. Gullidge brought him down. But the Panthers have another first down. And the ball is spotted on the 48-yard line. Number 22 going wide to the left. Dwyer calling signals. Hands it off. Looks like Jetty. Jetty breaks a couple tackles, keeps on going, and they just can't tackle him. They either can't or have not. Sean Richmond and Joe D'Ambrosio finally in on the play. Brought Jetty down. Trey Gullidge in on the play also. Pickup of about 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2. Again, man split wide to the left. Full house backfield. Dwyer on the counter to number 45.
Tim O'Leary on the carry.
O'Leary slices through the line, brought down by Trisquetta. But O'Leary's run good enough for a first down. And with 1 minute, 23 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, and the Franklin Panthers having their way here at Piscini Field, Acton Boxboro calls timeout with the score. Franklin 21, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, time back in here at Piscini Field. 1st and 10 for the Franklin Panthers. Ball on the 36-yard line. Ryan Jetty has run wild. They pitch it back to him again. Cuts it back inside, and pickup of probably about 8 yards. Brought down by number 42, A.J. Pittarino. Had some help from Sean Richmond. Pickup of 8 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 2. And Coach Bill Maver now shuttling personnel in there to try to get a handle on what's going on with the very powerful offense of the Franklin Panthers. 2nd down, about 2 yards to go, a very long 2. Dwyer calling signals, gives it to number 8. Number 8 right up the middle, and is brought down. That was Kerrigan on the carry. Brought down by Mahaney, but not until Kerrigan picks up a first down. Also in on the tackle for the Colonials, A.J. Pittarino. And we've got a injury timeout on the field. A Colonial is down. It looks to be A.J. Pittarino. It looks like his leg. So we have timeout here while the injured Colonial is attended to, with 36 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And the score, Franklin 21, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, time back in here at Piscini Field. A.J. Pittarino is up, walking off the field under his own power, and that's good to see. It looked like he took a hit in the knee, and I'm sure it was hurting him for a while, but he's okay, walking off the field. Meanwhile, the Panthers continue their juggernaut. They have the ball, 1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Dwyer's got a man split wide to the left. And he hands off to Mr. Jetty again. And Mr. Jetty gets it into the secondary. Brought down by Paul Trisquetta. And I think Kevin Raymond was also in on the play. But again, on 1st down, they pick up 8 yards, which has been the story most of this evening. Give it to Ryan Jetty on 1st down. He picks up 8 yards and gives them a couple of downs to pick up 2 yards. Not a difficult proposition. 2nd down, 2 yards to go. Ball on the 16-yard line. 16 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 2.
McLaughlin split wide to the left. Dwyer calling signals, brings a man in motion, and he gives it right up the middle to number 34. That was McLaughlin, rather. Number 34 took it right up the middle. Brought down, appeared by Slade Bowden, but there is a flag on the play, and initial indication is that it is against the Franklin Panthers. We'll wait and try to sort it out for you. Yep. Flag back here at the original line of scrimmage, and McLaughlin's run is going to be nullified and a 5-yard penalty tacked on. So instead of 1st and goal, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 21-yard line. As a matter of fact, the nose of the ball just touching the 20. Richmond and D'Ambrosio now back into the game. Grinnell split wide to the left. Dwyer calling signals. And the handoff is, I don't know who it went to, but he was swarmed by a slew of Colonials, including Slade Bowden, Paul Bertrand, and Joe D'Ambrosio. McLaughlin was the ball carrier, and that will do it for the 3rd period here at Piscini Field. So we have 12 more minutes to go, and timeout on the field with the score. Franklin 21, Acton Boxboro nothing. We're ready for the first play of the final quarter of the first game of the 1990 season. The Panthers have it, 3rd and 11. Scott Dwyer, the quarterback, has number 42. McLaughlin split wide to the right. Colonials need to hold him here. It's as simple as that. 3rd and 11. They have an opportunity to shut him down. Dwyer calling for quiet as his band is trying to blare him out. The pitch to Jetty. Jetty is cutting it back inside and is going to be down close to the 1st down. Richmond, Rinaldi, and D'Ambrosio making the stop on Jetty. And, well, actually, he wasn't all that close to the 1st down. Picked up about 5 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 4th and 6. And I don't think it takes a Nobel laureate to know that the Panthers are going to go for it. Dwyer calling signals. They have nothing to lose by going for it. Now the Colonial band picking up. And the handoff goes to number 34 around the side. He's got the 1st down. He is wrestled out of bounds by Richmond, Mahaney, and Raymond, but not McLaughlin was the ball carrier, and he picks up the 1st down. The ball is spotted just inside the 10-yard line at the 9. First and goal for the Panthers at the 9-yard line. Man comes in motion. There was movement, and McLaughlin on the carry is stopped by the entire middle of the Acton Boxboro line, led by Kenny Bernier. And Bernier forces McLaughlin back into his own backfield. Well, they say he picked up a yard. It'll make it second and goal from the 8 with 8 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in this football game.
Second down on the 2-yard line.
No, it's on a 7-yard.
Ball spotted on the 7. Second and goal from the 7. Dwyer calling signals. Got a man split wide to the left. The handoff is to. Let's see if we can. As, the ball carrier was number 23, Jetty, and was brought down by Bragdon. Richmond also helping on the play. Pickup of maybe a half yard on the play. And bring up a third and goal from the 5.5-yard line. Again, a man split wide to the left. McLaughlin is split wide to the left. Locken is split wide to the left, rather. And the give is to number 8, Kerrigan. And Kerrigan was absolutely blasted by Chris Mahaney, it appeared. And he gets the ball inside the 5-yard line, down to about the 3. And it'll bring up 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And we have a timeout on the field. So with 7 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the football game, we have timeout here at Pacini Field with the score, Franklin 21, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, time back in here in Franklin, Massachusetts. The Colonials have put on a goal line stand. Fine defensive effort here in the 4th quarter. The Panthers had it, first and goal from the 9. They've gotten it down to the 3, and they're going to have one more shot at putting it in. 4th and goal from the 3. Dwyer calling signals. Got a potent backfield, and Dwyer is going to roll. Dwyer is going to throw, and it is going to be complete. Touchdown to number 22. Dwyer's touchdown pass to Grinnell, a 3-yard touchdown pass. And with 7 minutes straight up remaining in this football game, one would suspect that that was the final nail in the Colonials' coffin for this evening. The Franklin Panthers have dominated virtually every aspect of this football game, and in to attempt the extra point, or staying in to attempt the extra point, Ryan Jetty. The kick was blocked by number 44, D'Ambrosio. So Joe D'Ambrosio leaps high in the air and blocks the attempted point after. And with 7 minutes remaining in the football game, the Colonials will get the ball back. But right now we have timeout here at Pacini Field with the score, Franklin 27, Acton Boxboro nothing. All right, Basignani is going to kick off. He's been a very busy boy this evening, as his team has put on 27 points on the board. So Basignani will kick off. Deep to receive for the Colonials. At the top of your screen, number 9, Trey Gullidge. In the middle of your screen, number 30, Dan Rinaldi. The bottom of your screen, number 35, Chris Mahaney. Here comes comes Pasignani's kick. And it is going to go to one of the short men, D'Ambrosio. He slips down. Slipped down at about the 17-yard line, where the Colonials will take it over. So it'll be 1st and 10, Acton Boxboro at the 17-yard line.
Ball is down.
And with 7 minutes remaining in the football game,
It'll be 1st and 10.
the
On their own 7.
Colonials have decided to put the subs in. And the give is to Dale Wengler, going over the left side of the line. Pickup of a couple.
Spera on the tackle.
Spera on the tackle. Wengler picks up about 1 yard. We have a penalty on the field, and it's a face mask penalty, apparently against the Colonial. It is against Franklin. It's a 5-yard penalty, unintentional face mask. Michael Daly in at quarterback for the Colonials. He's got Gullidge split wide to the right. And the handoff. Let's see who it was. Number 33. That is Lance Pitcher. Spera brought him down. Pitcher picks up a couple on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 for Acton Boxboro. So with 6 minutes remaining in the game, the Colonials have decided to regroup and try it again next week. Michael Daly calling signals, and there's a mix-up in the backfield. Daly's going to keep it, and did a good job getting out of trouble. Gets the ball back to the line of scrimmage. Got the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. I don't know who brought him down. It'll bring down a 2nd and 1, or rather a 3rd and 1 for the Colonials. Trey Gullidge split wide to the right. Daly hands it off right up the middle to number 45. That would be Steve Gardella, and Gardella gets the 1st down. So Gardella gets one of the few rushing 1st downs of this football game. I think only the 2nd. The other one being by Danny Rinaldi. And the Colonials have it 1st and 10. The give is to Lance Pitcher. Lance Pitcher picks up 3-4 yards on the play. Brought down by Kerrigan. Gullidge coming out of the game now. Sam Martin over the ball at center for the Colonials. Number 88 split wide to the right. And the pitch goes back to Pitcher. And Pitcher trying the corner. He's got the corner and a little more. He's got the 1st down. He's up very close to the 50-yard line, where he is brought down by La Placa. Finally got it right. And the Colonials have another rushing 1st down. But unfortunately, too little too late here at Piscini Field with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the football game. Michael Daly, a sophomore, running the Colonials offense. Daly hands it off to number 40. That was number 40, David D'Ambrosio. And D'Ambrosio picks up a good 7 yards on the play. Prentice making the tackle on David D'Ambrosio, the brother of Joe D'Ambrosio. but a pickup of 7 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Daly handing it off to Dale Wengler, and this time Wengler is brought down in the backfield by number 52. Steve Bazzanini. Loss on the play of about 3 yards. Bring up a 3rd and about 6. Adam Marin split wide to the right. Daly wants to throw. He's going to keep it. He's getting to the outside, and he is brought down by a host of Franklin tacklers, including number 80, 88, number 88. And there is no 88 on the roster, so whoever number 88 is for Franklin brought down Michael Daly. 4th and about 4 yards to go for Acton Boxboro. 2 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the football game on what has to be a disappointing September evening for the Colonials. They came here with high hopes, but their hopes have been dashed. And the reality of an outstanding Franklin team, Lance Pitcher, around the left side for a big gainer, gets the ball down. To about the 24-yard line. Good enough for a first down. Fine gain. 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining. Daly hands it off to David D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio trying the left side of the line. Pickup of about 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8. So the Colonial reserves looking to do what the starters could not do as Sam Martin comes over the ball at center. Trey Gullidge split wide to the left. Wengler to the right. Daly is going to throw, and it is complete over the middle to number 9, Trey Gullidge. So Michael Daly completes his first pass of the evening to Trey Gullidge. And Gullidge gets the ball down to about the 16-yard line, where the Colonials have it. 1st and 10 from the 16.
Down around the 11-yard line.
This time Gullidge again goes to the left. Jacob Albert in tight on the right. The pitch comes back to Lance Pitcher, and Pitcher is inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line, where he is brought down by number 58. Lane for the Franklin Panthers. And we have a timeout on the field called by Acton with 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in this football game, and they have the ball. 1st and or 2nd down, and about, well, actually they got a 1st and 10. 1st and goal on the 9-yard line, but they are on the unfortunate wrong end of a 27-0 score. We'll be back in 1 minute. The Colonials do not have a 1st and goal. They have a 2nd and 7 from the 8-yard line. So theoretically, they could pick up a first down and still not score. Michael Daly at quarterback sends Gullidge wide to the left, and the handoff is to Lance Pitcher. Pitcher trying the left side of the line. Gets the ball up very close to the 5-yard line. Sheehan brought him down for the Panthers. And the Colonials, with the nose of the ball on the 5-yard line, looking at a 2nd down and 55 seconds remaining. They'd love to get the score in. It's Pitcher. Pitcher trying the outside. He's going to be wrestled down but there's a flag on the play. LaPlaca on the tackle. And the initial indication, or rather the indication, is that it is offside against Franklin. So the Colonials will have life here and an opportunity to get the ball into the end zone. So the ball will be spotted at about the 1 yard line, and the Colonials will have it. First and goal on the 1 with 45 seconds remaining in the football game. Michael Daly at quarterback. He's directed the offense right down the field, and the give is to number 22, Dale Wengler, who is smothered in the backfield. Lost yardage on the play. As a matter of fact, he lost 3 yards on the play. Rather lost a yard on the play. Brings the ball back to the 2 yard line, where the Colonials will have it. Second down, 2 yards to go to pay dirt, and 32 seconds remaining in this football game. This time, Daly sends Gullidge wide to the right. Jacob Albert in tight on the left. The I-back is pitcher. And the pitch goes to pitcher. He's going to try the outside. He's going to be wrestled down on an outstanding defensive effort by Lane of the Panthers. So the Franklin Panthers are looking to preserve their shutout, and we've got a timeout on the field. There is timeout with 24 seconds remaining in this football game, and the score, Franklin 27, Acton Boxboro, and nothing but Acton Boxboro threatening. All right, a loss of 3 yards on that play. It'll bring the ball all the way back to the 4 yard line. Third down, Acton Boxboro. Third and goal from the 4. 24 seconds remaining in the football game. Michael Daly at quarterback. The handoff goes to number 22, Dale Wengler, and Wengler is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Goes nowhere. And Acton Boxboro again calls timeout with 17 seconds remaining. So we have another timeout here at Pacini Field. 17 seconds remaining in the football game. All right, time back in here at Pacini Field. The proposition is very simple. The Colonials will have one more shot at trying to get it into the end zone, and it'll be done, if it is done, it'll be done by the reserves. Something that their starter counterparts could not do. Sammy Martin over the ball at center. The quarterback is Michael Daly. He's got Wengler and pitcher in the backfield. And Daly is going to roll. He's going to keep it. He's at the 5, and he is going to be pulled down at the 3 yard line. And I suspect there is some poetic justice to that, as Franklin has played outstanding defense all evening, has preserved their shutout, and they will take over at their own 4 yard line with 8 seconds remaining in this football game. A reminder that the Colonials home opener will be 1 week from tonight, which will be the 21st of September at 7 o'clock in Acton at Colonial Field against the Arlington High School Spy Ponders. And the Colonials will look for a big turnout as they will attempt to even their record, because for this evening the Colonials will drop to 0-1 for the 1990 season. A very fine Franklin team will be 1-0, and in fact are about 8 seconds away from having that occur. Franklin just drops on the ball. That is it. That is the end of this football game here at Pacini Field in Franklin, Massachusetts. With the final score, the Panthers of the Franklin High School 27, the Acton Boxboro Colonials nothing. A reminder that Acton's next game is September 21, 7 o'clock versus Arlington at Colonial Field in Acton. Until then, thank you for watching Acton Boxboro Colonial Football.
The Acton Boxboro Regional High School football program, through the Monday Night Quarterbacks, hope you've enjoyed this edition of Acton Boxboro Colonial Football. Look forward to being with you again next week, and want to again take this opportunity to sincerely thank the following local businesses for their general support. Bowden Brothers Plumbing and Heating Incorporated of Concord, Massachusetts, serving the Acton area. AAA Supermarkets of Acton and Needham, Massachusetts. W.R. Grace and Company, the world's largest battery separator manufacturer. D'Ambrosio Eye Care Associates, with offices in Concord, Leominster, and Maynard, Massachusetts. NEC Technologies Incorporated of Boxboro. And the Sheraton Boxboro Inn and Conference Center in Boxboro.
Hi, this is Coach Maver with a wrap-up show from our Franklin game. As you could see from the game, it wasn't one of Acton Boxboro's finest moments. Although we didn't play very well as a team, we did have a couple of fine performances. With me tonight is Jeff Ballou, who is a starting wide receiver for us, senior, and senior quarterback Kevin Raymond. Jeff was actually taking Kevin's place because Kevin was filling in for Ryan Kane, a quarterback who was out injured. Both of them will definitely see action this week, and I can't say one or the other is a starter. I would consider both of them to be starting receivers. Jeff, first varsity game, caught a couple big passes. You're an experienced veteran now as far as a varsity football player is concerned. What were your impressions of the first game?
I think the first game went really, was kind of a downer. We were supposed to really beat these guys bad, and no one really came to play that night. I think, maybe a hard practice like we've had this week is really going to help us out and make us really think about Arlington and get back on the winning side.
Okay, Kevin, you were a starting cornerback last year, played a little bit at receiver this year. You were figuring on being a starting split end, and all of a sudden you find yourself as a starting quarterback. And on offense and then on defense, because of injuries also, you ended up as a free safety instead of a corner. You played very well, but I don't know how to ask you, but your impressions of the first game and from two different positions.
Well, it was a little strange for playing for the first time, but at two positions I'd never played before. But once you get in the game, you don't think about that anymore. It's just you just go at it. But the game as a whole, we just weren't up for it. I don't know why, but we should have been. But hopefully next week we'll do a lot better.
Okay, thanks, guys. And one thing was said correctly, because we will be up for the game next week. Good night.